Good lap, Antonio.
Thank you, Paul.
Within.
Sorry about that.
Alright, so bit of delay here, and sorry to anyone who's watching, as I still have to set up a few last things before we eventually get some commentary ongoing. At the moment, Jack Mace is our current leader, is into 107. So far, top fights has been pretty relaxed, all things considered, at least compared to the truck race a few days ago. And just give me a
Sorry,
second,
sir.
I need to drop this list.
We didn't touch even.
No, I know, but I completely missed the corner.
So funny thing is, for whatever reason, my broadcasting thing it's decided that even though it is sorted by positions, it's actually gonna sorted. The position seems to be sorted by car number. And again, apologies for everyone for the delay as we will look more into someone who's more in the midfield fight. Let's look at the number 31, Martin, who's currently bang on in P15 in this field of, I believe it is 32 cars? Or is it the full 43? It might have been the 43s. I need someone to actually commentate with me. I'll do that for next time. Speaking of next time, I will try to actually get a proper theme, like, you know, the leaderboard. But for now, we will have to do, as this was a pretty rough job, to say the least. Meanwhile, at the front, I just saw it with the corner of my eyes, the 75. You know, it wasn't the 75, it was, in fact, I believe it's the 11? Yep, it is the 11 of Paul Wilkins who was looking to make, and we have a caution. Wonder what is that for, as no one seems to be sideways. Currently checking, and oh, actually, hold on. That does not look healthy. So just roll back. Sure, it wasn't actually him because he seems fine for the last few laps. So back to the live feed. Few people into the pit. That includes the number 3, the 68, the 45, the 10, the 104, the 41, the 47, the 44. All going into their respective pit stalls. The rest decide to stay out. Still unsure of what the reason for that caution was. Still unsure of what the reason for that caution was.
I just wonder why half of the field on race lap is displayed as pitted at lap 1, like some team from P13 onwards, everyone lap. Race up went crazy.
I think it's just a placement on the grid.
Anyways, that is pretty much a good time to actually, for me, to set a lot of stuff up. As we are about to go green here. The 107 on the inside, the 33 on the outside. as the field backs up once again for the first restart of this race. Early caution, but so far everything seems to be going well for the leaders here, as into the restart zone we go. The 33 dragging behind, and it says green flag as the 33 goes into the inside. And I just had a moment, okay. And they go 5-1, and we already have a spin. That is a massive pile up, massive, as we are gonna take a look at that. I believe that was the 29 who first got turned. So,
Guys,
let's give that a look. Or was it the 29?
30th in a row! That's my stretch!
That was... So yep, at the restart, I believe that was the 29. Yep, almost 5 wide, and the 29 gets turned around and just smashes into the outside, and that whole outside line just collapses. Unfortunate to see. And a whole lot more chaos unfolding on the inside as everyone was trying to get back in line. So going back live, many more people are going into the pit. And at the moment, our race leaders, mainly the top 3, with way many more, are still not pitting yet. For the record, up top in the horizontal ticker, you will see the lap, well, the last lap that the leaders have pitted in, not the leaders, the drivers have pitted in. Again, in future races, this will be more streamlined. So, speaking of our leader, here he is, Jack Mace. Safety car is in once again, and hopefully this time we'll have a cleaner restart. And once again it is green, and it has a good getaway from the first 2. In the back, everything seems clear for now. 2 people hitting the wall, the 24 climbing across that outside wall. And so far, so good. Almost 3 wide up front, the 24 going up the inside of the 25, I believe. It is, and they are still side by side. The 16 trying to make a move on the outside to both of them. The space will most likely close up, and yes it does. He's still aiming for the gap between them, but they are still ahead as They are still side by side going into the second lap now after this restart. And still side by side, the 16 going below the apron. Remember, that is not allowed on that part of the track. It is of course allowed on the main straight. 24 late start, nothing too audacious. Showing the 25 that he is still there, goes for the dogleg. And he's falling behind now. The 16 is gonna try it on the outside, and he might have the better exit here. He will have the better exit. And that is McCloskey, who makes 2 positions on both the 24 and the 25. And now he sets his eyes on the 777. Up ahead, the order hasn't changed much. Mace still leading. Wilkins and... where is it? I'll have to actually ask him how to pronounce his name later on. That applies for many people in this league, actually. Anyway, in 33 in third, the number 4 still ironically in 4th. So nothing changing at the moment. As the 37 still going around with some damage. The 46 and the 101 currently fighting it out for P12. Of course, with the chase format, every point will matter. So even if you are not fighting for the win, you're still fighting for something. Even in the mid-pack, even in the back of the field, every point matters. And here comes the 88 on the inside of the 46. Probably not happy with that, but he will have to see the position for now, as up ahead the 25 and 24 are still going at it. And the question now is, are they wasting too much time in this fight? Because the gap is growing ever so slightly to the 16 of McCloskey. And there goes the 88, so we're taking the 25. But the 25 is still there. The 16 going for the 777 on the inside, going into turn 3 and 4. And they're still going at it. And the 16 seems to make the mistake. We'll have to wait until the exit off to see what the 777 will do. And he's going to go for the inside this time around. It seems like this is the 16th position. That sounds like such a weird thing to say. Is the number 16 making his way up the field, further up. I don't know if the gaps are wrong, but it does say that Mace has grown quite a bit of a lead here. 7-10 to Paul Wilkins in second. Seems like things are falling down. just as calm as they can get. Of course, this is still a race, still a long way to go though as well, so not many of them will be risking too much. And this is around the time that Fox News or whatever, or whoever broadcasts NASCAR will put like a gajillion ads. And that is a good move there from Apple. Amy 23 is gonna have to defend right after coming into 3. No, that's 1 and 2. And he's gonna keep the position for now. Obviously, but to test it out in the race, but I wonder if this now actually shows. Oh, how convenient! It actually does show the actual flag. It'll actually show it in the driver country. Doesn't show up there. Well, that is a bit inconvenient. Oh, there we go. That's more like it. I should also find a way to actually put the Nations Cup in here, because for those who don't know, we have a Nations Cup in this series, so racing for that flag does in fact have a meaning. And oh, that is the 37 and the 38. No, the 83 actually. And even more drama back there, as I believe a few people have plowed into the wreck that just happened. And there is a caution. As the leaders are finally heading into the pits. What that is going on, we need to find the 83 who I believe was involved in that incident, and then we will see the replay. So the 83, there he is. Let's go about 40 seconds back. That is still not enough apparently. So let's look at this once again. So already a lot of fighting going on ahead of him. They almost made it 3 wide. And that is where the incident happens. Of course, thanks to iThing, we have way more images and way more angles that we can check this from. And seems like the 83, if anything, that seems more like a racing incident to me. Not sure how the stewards will look at it, but we've definitely given the 37 more room. See, they won't get taken out. And then the rest just spin their way out. T3 taking the time, of course, to straighten himself safely, not cutting any more wrecks. Good thing from him. And as I said, the leaders have now pitted. Of course, they stay in the lead, more or less. The current leader is now Perry, who has not pitted yet. And 24 of Peter Smetana. Also pitted yet, but the rest behind them have all pitted, so they will have the fresher tires going into Lap 42 as we restart for the third time here at Phoenix. Paul Wilkins on the bumper of Barry. And we go green. And they're already making it 3 wide going away from the doglegs, but they do keep it clean. And as I stated, there is a big wreck at the back. Or was it that big? A lot of cars seems to be passing through.
Hey, we restart in second, yeah, just FYI.
And not sure what happened there. So I guess we'll have to check as a lot of things, everything seems pretty normal in my... Well, but obviously we saw someone going into the wall. So let's see. Let's go back to the... Oh, there we go.
Go, go, go!
So the incident did happen right there with the 41, and who else? Oh, that happened way ahead. That is the 7 and the 3. And I believe that is the 4. That is in fact the 4. Oh, there's actually the 15 who might have been the cause of that, just going straight into it. It had already been pretty much going 3 wide. And that just caused the domino effect. Thankfully, not many people look like they are out of the race. Not many people seem like they've had too much damage from it, because we were yet to get up to speed yet. That's just only first turn, but that is gonna be a huge blow to the number 7. Is now in the pit lane, repairing some damage. Wilkins is back in the lead as the 4 gets an end of line penalty. Most likely for entering the pit lane, the closed pit lane. Anyways, Paul Wilkins will lead us away at 33 on the outside. And just a reminder, as this circles around, everyone has pitted now. So fresh start for everyone right here. Fresh tires, fresh everything. The base car is in the pit lane. The rear of the pack seems to be still sorting themselves out as everyone needs to get back in position. Paul Wilkins, as I said before, will lead us away here into the restart zone, and green we go as he accelerates from the pack, tries to get as much gap as possible. Meanwhile, behind him, the action starts to unfold. The 24 goes into the inside 33 on the... And seems like the outside line works way better. The 23 on the apron, but keeps it clean, almost clips the 24. And commits to the inside, just behind the 24, trying their best to get ahead of the 16, who's pretty much alone on the outside. And back to single file racing we go. Maybe I've spoken too soon, because here comes the 23 on the 24. And still side by side. Into 3 and 4 they go. and still side by side. And even more side-by-side action up front. I believe it's the 23 and the 107. As it seems like the 24 is gonna fall behind now. Oh, bit free check up there from 25. The 777 almost plows into the back of him. And up ahead, has this fight died down? Doesn't seem like it, at least not yet. But I believe we have some more action at the back. The 777 trying to overtake the 25. And still side by side, and I find it somewhat ironic that well, I was gonna say the 23, the 24, and 25 were in line, but the 777 now is gonna ruin that, as you would say. Of course, that's just racing, and he's doing his best to climb as many positions up as he can. Oh, and a big lock up there from one of the cars at the back, as that is the 25 that is blinking. And that's alarming, given how close the racing is at this end of the pack. Meanwhile, further back, the 46 and the 802. We're fighting for a bit, but seems like a bit of a gap is building up. 25 decides to not take a target, perhaps preserving some of the tires.